Hi there, welcome back. In this video, we will cover the 8-mark question of IGCSE Business Studies Paper 2. I have chosen 3 different examples because I found that these questions were structured slightly differently and you would need to understand how to address these questions. Now, in the interest of time, I have not included the case study here because reading through that would take up too much time. Now, for this first example, I would recommend that you have this question paper, the case study of this question paper handy. This is taken from the November 21 series and the variant is 23. So you will need to quickly go through the case study so that you are able to understand the application, the reference that I have made in these answers. Right. Now this question asks for 2 benefits to MA, that's the company in the case study, of using new technology outlined in Appendix 2 of that case study. All right. If you notice this question, this is similar to what you would see in the 6D category of paper 1, where you could be asked for 2 benefits or 2 drawbacks, 2 methods or 2 ways of doing something. This is similar, except that the mark scheme is slightly different. Let me take you through that first. If you look here, each point, that's benefit 1 for example in this case, it would fetch 1 mark for identifying the correct benefit, 1 mark for knowledge, 1 mark for application, a correct reference to the case study, and 2 marks for analysis. That means you need 2 analysis statements per point here. So doing this over in the same manner for the second point would fetch you 8 marks. All right, let's see how to go about this now. So the benefits identified here, these are suggested answers of course, was too easy to update employees. The mobile phone technology, this was taken specifically from the case study. And before I go further, I would just like to reiterate the application rules. Application that uses any phrase or reference already mentioned in the question, application that has the company's name or the owner's name, or application that repeats itself across 2 points will not fetch marks. All right, please keep that in mind. All right, let's get back here. The mobile phone technology makes it possible for the managers to send quick messages to employees so that they can attend to busy parts of the airport soon, making the service more efficient. Now, in this sentence, which is explaining what the mobile technology does and the end impact, which is the analysis, there also is another reference which will get an additional application, but you might not get marks for that. But that's okay. Your sentence is fine. Then we continue with developing on the analysis, which says this will create a better customer experience leading to an increased customer base and loyalty, giving you another analysis mark. The second benefit identified here, better air traffic control. Now, mind you, if you look at the case study, you will see that these 2 benefits have been taken from that directly. These are not general ones. These are things, points that would be evident to you once you read the case study. With improved air traffic control, MA will be able to track takeoffs and landing more efficiently, which will help them increase the number of flights that operate out of that airport. Right? So the end impact, and here flights will be the application. This increase will lead to higher fees from air companies. Again, an extra application achieved here. More customers and higher revenue, right? Impact on the business. All right. Okay, so I will take you to the next example. For the second and third examples, I have chosen the June 22 paper, variant 21, and the questions I've chosen are 1A and 2A respectively. Now the first one here, if you see, asks you to explain 4 reasons why governments might support business startups. Now there are 2 things to note in this question. First thing, this is a general question, so application is not required. And the second thing, it asks you to explain 4 reasons, unlike addressing 2 points in the previous question that we just saw. Now this question will need to be treated in the same manner as the 4-mark question in paper 1, which means each point will earn 1 mark for knowledge and 1 mark for analysis. So that would give you 2 marks into 4, 8 marks. Also note that had this question been a question related to the case study, that means application would have to be included. Again, application would have been necessary to earn this mark for analysis plus application. So this would work exactly like the 4-mark question. So coming back here, 4 reasons why governments might support business startups. I've identified 4 possible reasons here. To reduce unemployment, with more startups, the number of jobs available increase, thereby increasing unemployment levels and helping the government's policy. To increase competition, when more companies are present in the market, the competition increases and all companies try to make better products for lower prices, thereby benefiting the consumers with quality and price. So you will have to end each of these sentences with the final impact. To improve GDP, with more businesses, their increase in output in the country contributing to an increase in the GDP. Sorry, there seems to be a typo error here. And to increase taxes, with more businesses, there's bound to be an increase in their revenue and profits, leading to more taxes earned by the government, which can be used for public welfare and infrastructure. Right? So each point explaining what that point is and ending with the impact on the business or on the country, as the case may be. All right, going to the third example. Again, like in the 6D of paper 1, here there is an example of explain 1 benefit and 1 limitation to Yasin of using a break-even chart. Unlike the first question, here we saw where you had to explain 2 advantages or 2 benefits. So here it's looking at 1 benefit and 1 limitation. Now the first one identified was to make decisions such as pricing and cost. When the break-even output level of bread is known, bread because that's one of the products of this company as stated in the case study, Yasin will be able to decide if prices need to be raised so that they can break even sooner. So that's one analysis, one end impact here. He can also decide on ways to reduce the cost of production so that they're able to lower the break-even level and make more profit. While raising price and lowering cost will both lead to lowering the break-even level, you can make a slight difference in the outcome by adding something more, like in this case, I have said make more profit, so that these 2 analyses sound slightly different. The limitation is that it assumes that the lines are straight. The chart has straight lines which do not account for changes in prices if a discount is offered or if the cost of ingredients such as flour, sugar, etc. is lower due to ordering in bulk, which means that the values are not constant. Right? So that's analyzing what happens there. This gives an inaccurate idea of the break-even level, which might lead to inaccurate production decisions. The next analysis that you've drawn out from the first one. Right, flour and sugar were not necessarily given in the case study, but the case study is about bread and cake, so you can take the liberty of giving in relevant application or references there. Fine. So this is just, if you notice, just a little more extended version of the 4-marker and the 6D markers in paper 1. Just plan your analysis carefully, right? So the next video coming up will be on how to address the 12-mark questions, right? So see you later then.